'Twas the night before Christmas a long time ago. I was sidetracked then, in case you don't know. The stockings weren't hung by the chimney like most. No presents were wrapped. No chestnuts to roast. The children were sleeping in summer pajamas because the box full of flannels was somewhere at Grandma's. With Dad in his t-shirt and I in one too, I just couldn't sleep. I had too much to do. For out on the lawn was a horrible clutter, 'cause 2 days before I had cleaned out the gutter to see if the Christmas tree lights were still there. Now the lawn was a mess, but the gutters were bare. The moon on the breast of the junk on the lawn caused me to know I'd be up until dawn. Away to the kitchen I flew like a flash, tore open the oven where dishes were stashed. I pulled out the dishes, turned the oven on bake. I had nut breads and cookies and puddings to make. I opened the freezer and froze up with fear, for what to my wondering eyes should appear but the turkey, still frozen. Oh my gosh, what to do? Serve pizza? Top ramen? Reheat last night's stew? More rapid than eagles I slammed that cold door. I sobbed and I whimpered and I fell to the floor. With the wink of an eye and a twist of my head, I figured I'd bag it and go back to bed. But then, in a twinkling, I heard a small knock. It was Sissy. She lived down the street just a block. She was dressed all in fur from her head to her boots, and she carried a basket of half-eaten fruits. "Why are you dressed like the jolly old elf?" And I laughed when I saw her in spite of myself. She spoke not a word, but went straight for my throat. And then what she said, I don't think I should quote. "I came over to tell you the kids wrecked my fruit, and I haven't finished your gift. It's a suit." "Oh, Sissy," she wailed, "I'm so far behind. I've got cards to address and stockings to find. Your holiday centerpiece isn't so jerky. It won't matter anyway. We don't have a turkey. It's frozen and I'm so ashamed and upset. Christmas is not what I want to regret. I want to have order and peace in this place. I want laughter and singing and a smile on my face." Laying a finger aside of my nose, I vowed I would change from my head to my toes. I sprang to my senses and gave out a whistle. My hair looked just like the down on a thistle. "I'll make it fun. I'll play my way to an organized life filled with joy every day. I'll write a book with my sister, and I'll share how I went from Pigpen to paradise in the blink of an eye. Then a lady will read it while her life's in a muddle. She'll laugh and she'll cry in a big purple puddle. She'll get wings and she'll fly on a sacred God breeze into all your computers with grace and ease. She'll call herself Fly Lady out on the net. She'll carry the message of love, no regret. She'll listen, she'll love, she'll explain with her heart that to love yourself is where you must start. So fly through this Christmas. That's the Fly Baby buzz. Take care of yourself the way Fly Lady does. Pamper yourself. It's good and it's right. Now, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Now I'd like to introduce you to my good friend and one of the funniest, Luann Edwards, who will read an essay she wrote entitled Yodge to the World. Yeah, I said Yodge. That's joy backwards. Luann is the 2007 global winner of the Irma Bombeck Humor Writers Award and has had numerous essays published in national, regional, and online publications. Prior to her dangerous career as a wife and mother of 6, Luann was a professional ice skater with Holiday on Ice and the Ice Capades. She advises everyone to faithfully record the funny, laugh-out-loud moments in their own family, and then run.
Yodge to the world. It just wouldn't be December without dusting off one of my favorite movies, Christmas Vacation. We still have the VHS version in its threadbare case and laugh at the same silly scenes over and over. I love the way poor Clark Griswold never gives up on the dream of the perfect holiday. A few years ago, the TV show Home Improvement had an episode where one of their sons was in a Christmas pageant. He, along with 3 others, each held a letter spelling Noel, but had messed up the order and instead spelled Leon. It reminded me of the year my daughter Kelly was in a children's choir. The director decided that the children should add hand motions to their song. They began singing, "Open my eyes, Lord," and 25 pairs of finger binoculars went up angelically to their 6-year-old eyes. Of course, as a mother of 6, I knew it couldn't last. Sure enough, after the next lyrics, "Open my heart, Lord," 13 boys pretended to stab themselves in the chest, crashing ceremoniously to the ground around the organist. Chaos ensued. I laugh every time I think of those scenes because they mirror my life so well. Don't we often feel like that weary director? No matter how hard we try to line up our own angelic performers, something always goofs up the final act. Many years ago, I had the great privilege of meeting the comedy writer Jean Perret. Jean was the head writer for the Carol Burnett Show and shared with me that it wasn't perfection that made the audience smile. It was a girl whose hat fell down over her face or the feathers that went askew. I know it's true, because our own family bloopers give us laughter and gifts that we never would have received if everything had gone as planned. So, in the spirit of reminding ourselves to remember to find the funny amid the chaos, here is my rendition of the annual holiday newsletter I've always wanted to send. Most of the year, we all had the flu, with strep throat, rashes, and allergies too. The washer won't spin and the dryer is fried. The TV gave out and our guinea pig died. The tax guy informs us we'll have a big bill. We'd die of despair, but we don't have a will. Our evergreen trees block the new neighbor's view. They're contacting lawyers and threatening to sue. We didn't swim with the dolphins or learn how to ski, cruise the Bahamas or do Waikiki. The house is a mess and the dishes aren't done, the oven won't heat and the vacuum won't run. Our kids' teams have lost every game of the year. They fractured some bones and got caught drinking beer. Their feet are too big and continue to grow. Their teeth all need straightening, and wouldn't you know, they catch every virus that you and I dread. Their grades are the pits and they flunk driver's ed. But Merry Christmas anyway, and blessings to the choir directors in each and every home.